you. And of course, they're gonna be the ones that either tip barely anything or nothing at all. Completely agree with the commenter, this is not the kind of person that you want to sit down and eat with because you have no idea what's happened to your food. You ever deal with someone who keeps asking the same question over and over, even after you've clearly answered it? Yeah, this lady wasn't looking for reassurance, she just wanted a reason to be mad. This story comes to us from Bittersweet Drops. My dog is leashed, can we move on? So I was walking my dog and stopped to pick up the poop. Some lady was walking her dog too, and it looked like she was waiting on me to pass by us. So I said, "Hi there, you can pass," reassuring her I thought. Note that my dog was leashed and with a short one, cause she likes to eat stuff from the floor, and she'll take chances when she sees one, and we were on the side of the road. So this lady and her dog had 80% of the sidewalk to pass. Then she started asking me if my dog was leashed. I was confused and then I thought, darn, my leggings are black and maybe she can't see the black leash. So I said, she is leashed, don't worry, and also she's on a short leash right now. Then she insisted more, asking about the leash and pointed to my dog's collar. At that point, I show her on the air that I had the leash in my hand, which is red, that was connected to my dog's collar. And then she started ranting about that she got attacked before with an accusatory demeanor and kept pushing the leash topic. I said, no worries, my dog is friendly. And then she kept on insisting on, is she or not on a leash? I said, my dog is always on a leash. Like, can you stop and keep walking? While she stared at me with a judging look and not walking. I don't know what the F else you want from me, lady. If you don't like it, cross the street. There's literally no one. Then, finally, she passed, almost like she was being insulted. The F is this? I was attacked many times before by irresponsible owners' dogs. I get it's scary, but how much do I need to reassure her? It's not my effing problem. But never behave like this when I see someone is actually paying 100% of the attention to their dog that is leashed. I hate this crap where people assume the worst only because my dog is big. She's about the size of a border collie by city standards where everyone has a mini toy, and to top it all, they behave like crap because no one paid attention to their effing training. Give me a break, my dog is trained and is almost 10 years old and is still being trained to this day. I still wish she learns to pick up her toys and put them back in the basket. Jumping down to the comments on this one, we have one from a user called Content Great Grandma. It says, if this repeats, just look her square in the eye and say, your paranoia is not my problem. OP responded and said, yeah, next time I won't say anything. I always try to be nice. I also wish people won't judge my pooch based on her size. My baby is really well behaved and shy. But I think that is wasted on these kind of people. Another commenter called JSmith2127 said, I would have asked her if she was blind. OP responded and said, I wish I could. I hate myself sometimes because I'm not more confrontational. I don't know why people are like this. I try to be polite and nice. Yeah, I just want to walk around with my baby while relaxing and singing in between telling her not to eat stuff. I really want to snap and tell her, you know what, go to hell, lady. Walk or not, or run or dance. I don't care. I'm busy picking up poot. Ah yes, the kind of Karen that thinks that their opinion can inconvenience everybody else without repercussions. Some Karens truly need to remember that their kinda crazy isn't everybody else's kinda crazy. It would have been just as easy for this one to go across the street or even out onto the street for a moment to get around OP and their dog if Karen wasn't sure of what was going on. So many other options, but this is FU Karen subreddit, so we know they don't take the right ones. You know those people who start a conversation all sweet and friendly, and then suddenly flip into full-on accusation mode? This woman went from, can you do me a favor, to, your dog's ruining my yard, even though it wasn't hers. This story comes to us from Honey Bunny. Weird encounter when walking my dog. Earlier this week, I was walking my dog. The weather has finally warmed up to above 0 degrees after weeks of -30, so we're both excited to get out. I was walking through this public park green space bordered by an apartment parking lot. I know for a fact this green space is public property and not the apartments because I work for the municipality and it is our responsibility to maintain this area. This lady is parked in a truck half on the public sidewalk and half on the parking lot. She's blocking the sidewalk, so I end up awkwardly walking around her truck in the parking lot to get around. She then rolls her window down and calls out to me, "Excuse me, can you do me a favor?" I assumed she was just a nice lady who needed my help quickly, so I turned and answered, "Oh, yeah, sure, what do you need?" "I need you to stop letting your dog crap and pee in my yard." I was initially confused and immediately went to apologize. "Oh, I'm sorry, is this part of your yard?" and pointed at the sidewalk I was just on. "No, my yard's over there," and she vaguely gestured at the apartment in the opposite direction. I was just kinda confused and off-put, so I was like, "Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, you need to keep your dog on a leash and clean up after it. Stop letting it run around in my yard." Me standing there with my dog leashed and poop bags in hand. Yeah, okay, no problem. I was still really confused and just started walking away and laughing at her cause it wasn't worth my time engaging. I'm just so baffled. I haven't walked in that area in over a month and my dog is always on a leash. I always clean up after her. I've never seen this lady in my life and neither me nor my dog certainly haven't been in her yard. She initially spoke to me in a really friendly tone and then quickly became aggressive and accusatory for no reason. She wasn't senile either. It's not like she was just some angry old lady. She was like 40. The only thing I can think of is there is a part of the green space that some dog owners have been neglecting to clean up after their pets. So maybe she is reacting that way to all dog owners. Regardless, that attitude was unnecessary. That's not her yard. She could have just kindly asked me to make sure I clean up after my dog because some pet owners in the area haven't been respectful of the space. Maybe she got me confused for someone else she's seen. Who knows? Laugh out loud. Jumping down to the comments on this one, we have one from a user called DenseDress1287. It says, "Just say, yeah, okay lady, I do clean up after my dog. And as evidence, here is me throwing my poop bag in the trash." And then toss the bag through her open car window and walk away. Or another answer might be, "I'll consider it when you learn how to drive and stop parking your truck on my sidewalk." Another commenter down below called Oh Wretched One said, "Sure," offering her the poop bag. "I'm sure you wouldn't mind dumping this for me then, eh?" When she complains, you could say, "You're right, you're so full of crap already, you can't handle anymore." Exit stage left. All these people in the comments were making suggestions that OP should have confronted this woman and thrown it right back in her face. But if they're already making crazy accusations to the first dog owner and dog that they see, well, do you really want to poke that? Obviously, Karen is already unhinged and you probably shouldn't escalate that situation. College parking lots are already a nightmare, then you get some guy who parks sideways, blocks 2 spots, litters, and acts like he owns the place. Absolute peak male Karen energy. This story comes to us from FoxLover96. Douchebag male Karen owns the college parking lot, allegedly. So today is already crappy. We were hit with a wet snowstorm, so it snowed, then rained, and now there's a combo of slush, sleet, and ice on the roads. And it's still pouring and cold. I woke up late for class, so overall, not the best start to the morning. So I get to my college's parking lot. Despite my college having several parking lots, the actual part you drive down is very narrow, and only a couple of the rows are one-ways, so it's already cramped. Turning into the parking space itself is also narrow and tricky if there's already a car in the spot next to the one you're pulling into. So I'm driving down the road trying to find a parking space when I see this car parked sideways and blocking 2 parking spaces. I pull up behind him and he doesn't move at all. He gives me a dirty look in his driver's side mirror and continues smoking his cigarette. Then he proceeds to eat something and throw the plastic wrapper out the window. Guy's also like 50 years old. Probably a student, most likely not. Are you effing kidding me, dude? Why must you block not only the row that is already so narrow to begin with, but also block 2 of the closest parking spaces in the pouring rain at 8 in the morning in crap